I want to start today's video by asking you guys a couple of questions. What if you work only 4 hours a week for the rest of your life? How does that sound? Or you know what? Let's even make it more exciting. Imagine you work only because you want to, not because you have to. You can travel, you can have a vacation anytime you want, you can learn new things, you live a different life than the standard life that most people live. You might be thinking this is too good to be true. And yes, it is too good to be true, and I feel like it is a little bit scammy. I don't agree with everything in this book, but the question is it possible to only work 4 hours a week and make a lot of money? And the answer is absolutely. Will all people work 4 hours a week and still make a lot of money? Absolutely not. What's more important to ask here is this way of life suitable for all people? I don't think so. Imagine the whole world filled with people that work only 4 hours a week. I don't think that's even imaginable. But in this video, and for the people interested, we will focus on how you can actually achieve that and work only 4 hours a week and still make a lot of money. And here I want to be clear. I'm not talking from a personal experience, because I haven't done that and I haven't reached this point in my life yet. However, I have read a book that talked about this topic, and I just want to share what I learned from this book with you guys. So if you want to know more about this, I would suggest that you take out a pen and paper and follow this video carefully. Today's book is The 4-Hour Work Week by Timothy Ferris. If you guys don't know or don't follow him, I would highly suggest that you do follow him. And just to make it easier for you, I will link his channel and his best-selling books down in the description below. So last week, we talked about the concept of absolute income and relative income. It was a 3-minute video where I gave an example about 2 of my friends, and if you haven't seen that video already, make sure you watch it first before you continue watching this video. And for that, make sure you check out the link in the description below. And to continue from where we left off in the video, let's answer the question of how we get to the point where we are rich in money, time, and freedom. And let me introduce you to Mark. Mark is really passionate about the stock market and trading. He read many books about the topic, he has traded many stocks, and he just loves doing the business. For 3 months, Mark worked really hard on creating a brand new course to teach people the basics of stock market and trading. He has invested his time and money into creating this course. And once this course was ready to launch, he invested another big sum of money to advertise the course everywhere he could. He did ads on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and other social media platforms. And once Mark started to get sales and his course started getting more popular, he reinvested some of the profits to edit the course and make some updates on it. Then he decided to move from the United States and go to visit Mexico to fulfill his dream in visiting this amazing country. He then decided to stay and live in Mexico, where living expenses are way cheaper than the United States. And this was a very smart move, because he now earns from the course in dollars, which is a strong currency, and he spends that in pesos, which is a weaker currency. And after some time, Mark did not want to work all day on his course. He did not want to answer all clients' emails and handle returns and refund issues. So he started looking into something called outsourcing. Outsourcing is basically Mark looking for people who work for him remotely from different parts of the world. So while Mark is sleeping in Mexico, he has a virtual assistant from India, for example, that's getting paid by the hour and handling all the issues and tasks for Mark's business. After hearing the story of Mark, let's summarize it in 4 practical steps. Step number 1 is to create a product or a service based out of anything valuable that you can do or know. Step number 2 is to advertise and sell the product, and preferably in a strong currency. Step number 3 is to spend that money in a weak currency. And finally, step number 4, once your product or service kicks in, outsource all the tasks that you may have, so you do only what you absolutely have to do yourself. This is the gist of the 4-Hour Workweek book. However, the most important question that you should ask yourself is what type of product or service can you offer? And this usually tends to be the hardest question that we can find an answer to. The author here mentions how hard it might be to know which product or service that you can offer. You need to think about what you're passionate about. Hopefully, you decide on something that you're better at than the people around you. There is something special in you. Some people cut hair better than anybody else. Some people are very talented in baking cookies, for example. Others are very good in designing a website. And once you decide on that skill or product, you need to spend the time to improve your skill. And remember that it is okay to fail. The most important thing is to keep going. When the author was a college student, he worked on and developed a reading course to improve the reading speed of students. He failed with that. Then he developed another health product which he called Brain Quicken. And again, I would highly suggest that you get the book because Tim goes really in deep in all the steps and especially the outsourcing section. And before I end this video, I want you to remember that this is just talk, and the most important step is to take action, and especially to take the first step because it's always the most important step to take. And finally, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with others. And if you have any suggestions, feel free to comment them down below. And with that said, please stay safe and we'll see you next week.